I'll tell you what. I had girls laugh about my size. I put it in soft, and I laughed when I got hard and I broke the rib cage.
Oh!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Guy Talk. I'm Hillbilly Hefner.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Dino Mac, and this is the Mac Attack Show. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dino Mac, and this is the Mac Attack Show. Get it? See what I did there? No. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for the first episode, for many episodes to come. So let's get straight to it. My first guest on the first episode of the newly reinvented Mac Attack Show, ladies and gentlemen, the Indiana Blues Brothers.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
My brother don't talk too much, but we'll try and get him to open up.
I gotta ask you guys, are you really brothers? Because you don't look anything alike. Nothing.
Well, see, what happened was we kind of got we put in the orphanage, and the Penguin is our family, and Cab's our family. He taught us blues, and my brother Elwood here, we kind of connected, and he's my adopted brother.
Yeah,
but he's closer than family. He's got good ties, blood.
Jake, you went to jail.
Mm.
I heard he picked you up.
Just got out of the joint.
Yeah.
I wanna know. I think the viewers would like to know, what exactly did you do?
Well, see, we'd done this show, and the guy didn't really want to pay us all the money that he promised us, and the band had run up a pretty good bar tab.
Yeah.
And so to get the band their money, I was trying to stick up a gas station. So I was trying to rob the gas station, and it just kind of went to crap from there.
I got to tell you, my brother Jake, he took the rap. So while he's been in, I've been trying to get us, back on track. Now I got him. That's why I got him. So he wasn't too happy I picked him up in a police car. But,
yeah, what kind of crap is this? He picks me up in a police car. And then I find out the band is not even together. But he got a good deal on the car. Because you traded a microphone for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a fair trade.
It was a great trade. Great trade.
It's a good car. Bluesmobile, you like the Bluesmobile.
Amen.
I want to know who came up with that name, though. The Bluesmobile.
Bluesmobile. Yeah, that's me, I guess you could say. I thought, well, we are the Blues Brothers in a way. We like the blues. Cab Calloway, obviously. So I decided to call it the Bluesmobile.
Yeah.
Okay, because I always wanted to know where it was. Be honest with you guys are cool as hell, but the Bluesmobile sounds like a Fisher Price toy. Like, hey, I'm just saying, guys, come on.
This thing's got a 440 cubic inch engine in it. It's got what else did it have in it?
Shocks, cop. I mean, there's for the cops.
Yeah,
I mean, my gosh,
tires, cop shock,
we can
brakes.
run anything in this thing. So this ain't no Fisher toy.
And it was made before catalytic converters, so it runs good on regular gas. So
I like it. Well, I want to thank you guys for being on the show today. I got some other questions I got to ask you because I wanted to have you guys on here because, well, I never was able to have you on the podcast. And now I get to have you on the first episode. How does it feel, by the way?
I'm liking it so far. How about you, Jake?
I mean, I feel pretty honored to be part of the first episode of the Mac Attack Show. I kind of got to hear it a little bit in prison. They would let us every once in a while.
Oh, nice! I went that far.
I'd slip him like a honey bun or something, and then he would let me listen to the
nice of him. He had to wind it up though. It was one of those.
Yeah,
you couldn't have electric, but
pain in the ass,
Yeah. Anyway, so I got him that one time too. I visited him once, just gave him that, slipped it under.
You know what I think is amazing? I think it's amazing that you guys look so young. Like, what was it like in the 80s and like the 70s? I mean, you guys haven't aged a bit. What's the secret?
Well, there's a couple things that we don't talk about that happened in those times.
However, we just, we stayed away from, the smoking, and the bars were a different scene. However, we just kind of, I don't know, all the dancing, all the just showboating around, and just kind of kept us young, I guess.
Yeah, well, the blues never die. Yeah. It doesn't matter how old we get. The blues,
I'd agree to that.
They will never die. And that's our mission. I mean, that's part of our mission, that just to get people to understand the blues and really any kind of music, but especially the blues for us. Yeah. It's more than just the music. It's the feeling. It's what's behind the blues. And that's kind of why we do what we do. So, this younger generation, they listen to some really kind of weird stuff, and it's like,
yeah, it's not like it was.
It's like noise. It's just noise. I mean, let's go back to the time when artists were truly artists. You got your Fred McDowell, you got your Booker T and the MGs.
Nice.
And
nice.
Cab Calloway, he was. I mean, just B.B. King. You got all these blues artists, and they were artists. They were actually making art, and now it's just. What is that? Pre-programmed electronic
disco these days.
Now, it's a shame. Heavy metal and rap. It's. I can't listen to. It's noise. It's not art. So we're trying to spread the message. So the blues is something that you can feel. Because as a man, you're not supposed to cry, right? Men aren't supposed to cry, but through the blues, you could cry through the blues without actually crying. Put your feelings through. So that's why we do what we do.
We'll say when you took the rap, I had a tear.
I did. It was.
It
really sucked.
Who eats more?
Well, technically,
me.
4 fried chickens
and a Coke.
And
he eats dry white toast.
Really?
Not too burnt.
So, you guys do shows, and who gets more girls? Who gets more girls?
Well, we really don't get any girls, to be honest with you. I mean, the occasion. Well, there was that one girl with. Yeah, I was going to marry her, and then she tried to kill me with a rocket launcher.
That's true.
But
that's true.
A rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher. Yeah.
She tried a flamethrower. It was a machine gun, a rocket launcher.
What did you do?
C4. I'm pretty sure she. Well, it was
shot up in that telephone.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, it was bad time. That one hurt.
So I had told her that I was
$7 worth of change though when we came down.
Yeah, it's true. We did make a little money off that. So I told her I was going to marry her, and then when it came time to show up, I believe that's when I got arrested for the whole convenience store, gas station knockoff thing. Yeah. So I left her at the altar. Technically, it wasn't my fault. It really wasn't my fault.
No, not your fault.
But she didn't take it that way, and
no,
I'll tell you what though, she was.
Yeah, she was smoking.
She was smoking.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. So the girls aren't really just flocking at you.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's that one at the gas station for the show.
That's
we ran out of gas.
Yeah. How was things with her? I mean, you haven't told us that you picked me up.
Yeah, it's just talking to her. No. It was a rough time. Rough time. Yeah, she kind of broke up with me. She didn't like living that close to the track. Goes by so often.
Why? The trains go by so often you don't even notice.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
What's wrong with it?
Anyway, I think it's because you're getting out. I needed a place for you. Maybe I changed.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's all right. We still got each other. That's all.
That's all that matters.
You know what I like? That you guys are still doing shows. After all these years, you guys are still doing shows. Can you tell, and this is the reason why I wanted you on the Mac Attack show, was because you guys got some upcoming events coming up. And I was wanting to know if you could tell the viewers, look right into that camera right there, and you tell them, send them the dates, send them the times.
Well, there's this guy, his name's Quentin, and he's a rock and roller, and we do some of the rock and roll songs. Sam and Dave, Soul Man, and all, Who's Making Love, and Give Me Some Love, and all that stuff. But he's putting on this little show, his little shindig, his 25-year anniversary, as he keeps talking about. Anyway,
I like this guy because he, 25 years, that's a long time to be doing entertainment. We've been doing it for a long, long time. But to see somebody else do it 25 years, that's impressive. Yeah. This guy's dedicated to the arts. So,
but what's awesome is he asked us to be a part of this show. So that show is actually going to be, it's a little town, but we've been through it a few times, Argus, Indiana. And it's just a cool town with an auditorium at the high school, seats just shy of 500.
It's a beautiful auditorium.
Beautiful auditorium.
It's a freaking barn, though. I don't know if we'll fill it.
I hope we do. But I got to tell you, it's going to be February the 18th and February the 25th. And I think the tickets, man, they're cheap. As a matter of fact, they're only $10. He wants to fill it. He wants to have fun.
That's a good deal.
I got to tell you, as he puts it, or as I put it, for $10, you're getting the first 15 minutes for $10. The rest is free.
Hey, that's not a bad deal. And I heard it's ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
Ladies'
night.
Yes. For come on out,
So Saturday, February 18th will be a night show. Doors are at 5, shows at 6, and then on the 25th is a matinee, which is good because then we can get back to Illinois after this is done. We got to,
get tired. You put me to bed,
What else you got to do in Indiana, I guess?
Well, there's corn. You could look at the corn. Bob's Bunker
not
Cafe.
really.
I don't know if that's
not really growing this time of year.
No, it's a little cold out.
Just a tad.
Is Bob's
Country Bunker?
I hated that place.
Yeah, I think it's still there. Something else though. So,
guys, in the Indiana Blues Brothers, but we're going to take a moment, real quick here, and I'm going to ask you two. You said you guys are doing this for Quentin, 25 years entertainment, right? Is there any way I can talk to Bill Downey and Quentin Flagg?
Well, I
suppose you could make a phone call. You got change.
Well, we got that.
Use the payphone.
I got a quarter.
Let's see if
I
I got
If not,
I might have some change I can give you. Okay.
Well, maybe we can steal one.
We might be able to get them over here.
Guys, thanks for being on. I appreciate it. Look forward to the show. Look forward to the show.
Definitely.
And yes, this is going to be awesome. And thank you for being on.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Glad to be on the first podcast.
Right. But it's not a podcast. It's a show. So
you screwed it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Indiana Blues Brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the 2020 and 2022 Hall of Famers of the Mac Attack Show, Quentin Flagg and Hillbilly Hefner himself, Mr. Bill Downey.
It's good to be on here, How you doing?
Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
I feel like I was just here,
It seems like it's like a spirit or something.
It's like deja vu, right?
I know.
Drinks. You're a rum and coke type of guy?
Yeah, rum and coke.
Oh, already
Holy
Look
cow.
at
Look
that.
at that. He's
Nice.
on the ball.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Man, you got it down.
We're not affiliated with Pepsi.
Thanks, sir.
Yes. Guys, really cool. I mean, everybody knows you guys do the Indiana Blues Brothers. It's really cool to get you kind of out of character and to put you in a setting of realism. And this is where for the first episode of the Mac Attack Show here, I want to ask you some personal questions about the Indiana Blues Brothers. First of all, who came up with this concept to do this? Because you done your own music already. I mean, you've been across the globe and performed in front of thousands of people. So that's what I was wanting to know. I'm like, does this guy, is he a brainiac? Did he just come up to Bill, in high school and say, "Hey, Bill, we're doing the thing"?
Actually, this was, we kind of debate on this a little bit, I think, if memory serves me correctly.
Start it off.
So my family went to Universal Studios in Florida.
Gotcha.
And we saw the Blues Brothers. They had an act there. They actually had a blues mobile. They'd drive out. They'd sing about 3 or 4 songs, and then they'd drive off. It was just one of the things that you could see as you were walking down the street. And my mom loved the Blues Brothers. She was over there screaming, "Jake, I want to love you." And my dad was like, he'd watch. We're all, and I was sitting there, and I hated the Blues Brothers. I hated it.
Why?
I don't know. I just, I watched it, and I'm just like,
I watched it with my mom, and they were so cool. Like,
yeah, but at the time, I mean, I was in that, that cool teenager stage,
Right.
And so we got back home, and my dad had made a suggestion of, you guys should do, because Quentin and I started singing, I think it was a couple of years after that.
Well, we did a couple things at like variety show and things like that. We were doing, I remember we did a Beach Boys song, and I think we did something else, and then that's kind of how that.
Yeah. But my dad was like, you and Quentin should do the Blues Brothers. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. Because then it became cool. I watched the movie with, I don't think you've had him on the show yet. Bob?
No.
Okay.
You can say first names, just not last.
Little Bobby.
Little Bobby.
Little Bobby.
He wouldn't be any part of the Couch Boys, would he?
Yes, he would, actually. But Little Bobby, we'd watch the movie. And I don't remember how it happened, but I don't know if I approached you or you approached me, but one of us come up with the idea.
I think I approached you.
Yeah.
Because I loved the aspect of the Blues Brothers, and I thought it would be fun and do something different. So I think I approached you, and it was shortly after. I think you might have said no. Then you went down to Universal, and then
that might have been how it went.
Then you came back, and then you had a change of heart. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how that started. So then we did a variety show, and I think we did everybody. Or it was,
dude, variety shows were legendary.
They were everybody. However, and we lip synced it.
We had. I was just ready to say that we had to lip sync it because being from big time Argus, Indiana, and also before YouTube, internet stuff, really, and all that. So we really couldn't find any of the karaoke tracks. So we had to lip sync it. So then people remember us going absolutely crazy because we didn't have to sing. So, we did sing, but it was over the track. So we're just going nuts on stage. So people, oh my gosh, they move so much. Mm-hmm. Then finally we got the tracks.
Wait.
And it was totally different.
Wait. Tell them about the hats.
And yeah. You want me to tell them? You want to
Well, at that time, being from big town Argus, and no internet, and not even cell phones at the time, we had no clue where to get fedoras at. So the fedora is the hat that the Blues Brothers wear.
Gotcha.
We had no clue where to get them. So his mom actually found some straw hats that looked like fedoras.
Man.
Spray painted them black. But they looked,
they look good from afar.
They look good from afar, but up close we looked like, and we had the name there for a while, the Amish Blues Brothers.
It was just
wow.
It wasn't anybody else.
Oh, okay.
They would look like the Amish Blues Brothers, but the funny part of that show is when we got done and we got backstage, we took the hats off and we had this perfect black band of spray paint on our foreheads. So when, after the show, we always go out and greet people. We're walking out there with this big black strip of spray paint on our foreheads.
And then it was shortly after that, I think I went to New York or something like that, and I found a hat store, and I think I bought us a couple hats or something like that. Because they had an actual hat store. And
I still have that original fedora.
Bought the real deal. I don't even know if I would. My goodness.
I have that storage. I have the original fedora.
I have my original jacket. That's for.
This is my original jacket. That just barely fits. That guy in a little.
And it's funny because I was just talking to the Indiana Blues Brothers. They was literally just here.
How are they doing?
And well, what I find is they're still young. From the movie till now, like it's amazing.
Because I kind of figured they'd be around 40.
40. It's amazing that you guys, you did it all those years, and then you kind of take a break from it, and then you come back, and it's your 25th anniversary of entertainment. 25 years. I remember watching you on, was it Ricky Lake?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The whole school watched you.
Yep. I took my lunch tray down to I don't remember whose room because I was scared to death of what they could put, because I had to sign a contract. Actually, my mom did because I was still underage when I went there to film it.
Right.
But I had to sign away my rights that they could do whatever they wanted to do with my image, my voice, my anything. But I remember
not here. We just hope you don't sue us.
Fine. Yeah. Just don't sign nothing. So it was an awesome time. Don't get me wrong, but I got to tell you, I was really nervous of what they could play on that TV because I'd never seen it before. We recorded it in December, and then I think it came out in February or maybe early part of March, and everybody wanted to watch it.
Well, it's not like we got on stage and started stripping. So
no, it was just the fact of it was a different time because that's when obviously I did all Elvis. But the thing is I was with 10 other guys, and I didn't know if they were going to make a joke of it on the show or if they were going to actually treat it as a real,
like a respectable entertainment
thing.
Purpose.
And
yeah.
Part of it they did both ways. They didn't really make fun, but they had like a Michael Jackson, and I think they even had maybe a Madonna in the crowd, if I remember correctly.
I saw a 6-year-old do Michael Jackson. Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing.
I can tell you, some of these Elvis, these young kids and they're doing Elvis and stuff, just insane what they're doing. I'm glad I got out of it when I did. I don't have to go against them anymore. So, man, I tell you.
I don't know how true it is. Did you guys hear about, I guess, the family of Elvis is going after Vegas impersonators of Elvis?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't really know too much on it. I know small stuff, but I don't know what they're going to do with that. It's just weird. I can get where they're coming from, but it's just all money type thing. And the image, obviously, it just depends, I guess, who you are. I don't know. So I
mean, seriously, Elvis is the king. He's the legend. He's he's the reason why rock and roll is the way the rock and roll is. I mean, and it just branched from there. I mean, It really did. And he had a lot of that blues and jazz influence on him. And so you two doing the Blues Brothers is, it's amazing to me because I personally, when I first moved back to Argus, I got to see you guys one time at the Blueberry Festival. And you guys, it's like, and now I see you at practice and it's like, you still got the dance moves. Mm-hmm. Like
we haven't forgotten anything.
Yeah.
A little secret about our shows is we very rarely practice before we do a show.
We never really practiced. When we started out doing things, we mimicked obviously the Saturday Night Live when they were doing that in '79. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we watched the movie over a million times.
I've seen the reruns.
so it's the fact we just watched that. But then I remember I went to Universal Studios not too long after he had went. And I watched the same, and they had different moves. So then I realized, or just some different little quirks here and there. Yeah. So I said, hey, let's do some of our own things too. So we're not just doing that. Because with the Blues Brothers, they were high energy. But if you really watch them, they did dance, yes. But they also weren't absolutely crazy. I've seen Blues Brothers.
Right.
They slide on the ground. They're jumping over each other. However, it's just people remember them as just this crazy act. So that's why we try and do certain things that we can.
Well, and then we have a couple moves that are synced together.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just improvised. And that's what the Blues Brothers did. I mean, they would go to a show. They didn't really have a dance routine other than the couple moves that we do that are in step together. For the most part, the rest of it was just made up. I mean, John Belushi he would jump up on a chair and then throw himself off onto the floor. Just to get...
Belushi was he was a legend.
Crazy.
He was a legend.
He was crazy.
Comedic legend. Legend. Yeah. I mean, he literally was supposed to be Dr. Vakeman in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he was.
So they made him Slimer.
They made him Slimer. That Slimer is based
That took me a second, but
Yep. I know Ghostbusters.
It just it's been a long time since I've heard
Yeah.
that. So.
Yeah.
John Belushi, rest in peace.
Yes.
I mean,
Rest in peace.
He was the definition of entertainment, and a lot of the shows that I've seen him do, even the Saturday Night Live parts, none of that was scripted. And I've seen the interviews with Dan Aykroyd, and he was like, John was the type of person that would just he was a comedian for one. Anything he could do to get a laugh, and if that meant sacrificing his own body to do it, he would do it. He had no problem with it.
Right.
So when you look at it from the Blues Brothers aspect, we don't have to have any kind of dance routine.
You guys kind of got your own stick. You know what I mean? Like
we've got our normal moves that we do, but when we're not doing normal moves, it's hey, anything goes. Yeah.
There was a couple times like on stage, I can't just kind of give a thing. There was something I thought I was looking at the crowd. I was hearing how they were reacting to certain things that we were doing.
Right.
I think we were in Michigan, if I remember correct. It's been a while, but anyway, saying that, I looked at him and I said, "Just follow my lead." And then I started saying whatever it was, and I was hoping he would kind of just say the one word line or whatever, just to get that quick laugh. And that's what we did. And he's like, after, what brought that on? And I mean, we tried it again at another show. It didn't work because it was just that crowd loved it. And so there's times, you
got to read the crowd a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. And, there's one time that we do a joke right before we do Sweet Home Chicago. Is that the one you're saying I was going to do?
I think so.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Is it the pants?
No.
Oh.
We'll leave that. Yeah.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll start the buildup of, here's a song from the Blues Brothers movie. This one's called Sweet Home. And he starts going, Alabama. Ding, 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 ding. And where the skies. Okay. So anyway, while he's doing that, the crowd is going nuts. And then my character, I look like I'm mad at him for saying it. Now, this we had done many, many times over, but there's this one show, they started booing me because I stopped them.
What?
Because I'm like, as I'm doing it, I'm like, Sweet Home Alabama. And then I look over at him and I'm like, Lord, I'm coming home to
I'm like,
you,
looking at him,
but Duke. And he's like, I'm like, and I go, wrong song. And he's like, wrong song, wrong show, wrong era, everything. And the crowd went, boo.
Yeah.
I mean, they started booing.
I mean, really booing. And I remember my eyes got kind of big because I didn't.
You didn't realize that they wanted that,
and I started kind of giggling too. And finally, I leaned over to my mic. I'm still in that position. I go, "It's the part of the show." And then we just went, and then I said, and I said, "Sweet Home Alabama," and we started kind of doing it again. And then that's all we knew. And then we went into Chicago.
And then that one time up in Michigan when we were with the live band, when he was like, "Sweet Home," and I went, "Alabama." Well, next thing you know, the band started playing Sweet Home Alabama.
No.
And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, crap. I don't know all the words to the song. And the audience is like, yeah. And I'm like, sweet Lord, I'm coming home to you.
And that time I had the smart aleck look. Go ahead, big boy. Let's see you get out of that one.
He looked at me, he's like, yeah, go ahead. Let's see how you face that one. And I'm sitting there going, oh, crap. What am I going to do?
You just messed up.
Oh, yeah, I messed up bad because they were like, yeah, sing it. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go on to our other song, which is actually Sweet Home Chicago. But yeah, good times. You definitely have to read the crowd. And
you guys been on the road then?
Oh,
we did stuff in the Midwest. So we did Michigan. We did something over in Iowa on a few occasions. Some Illinois stuff.
Iowa, idiots out wandering around.
Tennessee. We've been to the surrounding five states with Iowa.
Yeah. And Iowa was a big show. Say again.
Tennessee? Did we go down there?
I don't think we did Tennessee. But I know I think we did Kentucky, and
we definitely did Kentucky.
Well, let me just put you over here. Why don't you take a look at here? I got viewers be able to see my laptop here, but I'm going to show you a little something. I got some videos that check this one out here.
That's just what I want to do is watch ourselves do this.
Yeah.
I want the viewers to see, for copyright images, we're going to turn this down here. but no, like seriously, look how, even the kid is getting into it. Like, it's just amazing.
That damn kid. we hated that kid.
Well,
we didn't hate him, but we were trying to record a professional video
of what we
to
could
be able
do.
to put online, and this little crap kept jumping up in front of the camera
all night long
and dancing every single song all night.
It was funny. So
he felt the love, man.
He felt it. He was feeling it.
Well, you know, he's just in there on the bottom. You know what I mean? But you know, it's just it's all good.
It was still a good video.
And as you can tell, it was a Christmas show. So we did our one Christmas song that we do. It's Elvis's.
It's Christmas time, pretty baby.
Well, it's Christmas time, pretty
I don't remember
baby.
what it's
And the
called,
snow
but-
is falling on the ground. I can't think of it with this on, but that's okay.
This part right here. How long did it take you to know that word for word?
Rubber Biscuit. Actually, it didn't take me long. Because as a kid, you mimic everything.
Yeah,
I listened to that over and over, and I remember I was doing it on my grandma's porch. I was going over it and over it and over it, and my grandma, actually McKee, and she comes out and she goes, "What are you singing?" I said, "Nothing. I'm singing nothing." But it's still one of my favorite songs. I still sing it even when we don't do a blues set. I still get people that say, "Hey, do it for us." I said, "All right." So,
we still have no idea what the hell he's saying.
Now, I always make the joke. I'd love to see it's from 1952. Yeah, by the Chips. And
this right here. I got to ask you guys this right here.
It scares me every time.
It scares me every time.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that in your next show? Look at Quentin. Look at Quentin. He's so fluid.
Well,
he's so
sweating bullets because my 250-pound fat ass just did a cartwheel over his scrawny body.
You know what?
And every time, let me tell him this. Let me tell him this. Okay, so when I'm doing the cartwheel, pause your video.
Okay.
When I'm doing the cartwheel, okay, as I do it, I am right eye to eye with it. Most people don't know this. They watch it, they see it, they love it, they go nuts when this fat guy gets out there and does a cartwheel.
Yeah.
Right? But what they don't know is the little secret extra stuff. Like when I do the cartwheel, I am staring right at him as I go over him. And the sheer look of terror and fear in his eyes every single time I do it is just hilarious to me. But after he finally got used to it, then he would start doing stuff like as I would go over, he'd go just like that. He'd wink at me as I go over, and it always caused me to laugh. But as far as this show, I will say this: it's yet to be determined. He made a comment at the first practice. He's like, "Look, man, if you're planning on doing any cartwheels, I want to see you do one before I lay my ass down there and allow you to do it over me. I want to make sure you can still do it." So it is yet to be determined whether I still can.
And I got to say this, Dean, because you're a wrestling fan.
Yes.
So when he starts doing his cartwheel, like wrestlers do when they get jumped off the
top rope.
Yep. I pull in, so that way it's hopefully here.
Yeah, and not crushing the ribs.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, I'm like, as I go over, sometimes I'll do stuff to him. I'm like, "No faith," or "Hi, sweetie."
That's great. That's great. That's awesome.
That's the kind of stuff you don't get to find out about in the audience unless you're watching something like this, the Mac show.
Well, yeah.
Little secrets of the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. This is another one that I downloaded for the viewers to watch.
And for the viewers out there, I already know this video. It is actually recorded at, it's called a place called Saber Room, the Saber Room. However, there you go.
Look at the juke and jive of you guys' legs. Like, do you go over that?
No, that was all made up. That was all improv.
You never practiced that.
No.
I mean, because literally, hold on. I'm gonna take you back. Hold on. Let me rewind.
So the first time we did this song, when I looked over at him, he was doing that.
Boom.
So I started mimicking, but I'm doing my own thing, even though he's doing his own thing.
That's amazing.
And then the spin, which always throws me off because I damn near fall over.
Well,
and Bill, there's another video. I didn't get a chance to put it on here, but there's another video. I think you guys are in Michigan, and Bill, you get out there just like that, and you get out there in the crowd. You get in the moment.
the audience loves it. When they come to see a show, okay, any concert, you go to Rob Zombie, you go to Shinedown, you go to Limp Bizkit, okay?
Right.
When you go to that concert, what's the dream when you go to that concert? For one of those guys to come down and shake your hand.
Yeah,
For one of those guys
yeah.
to come down and interact with you.
I've seen people pass out at Michael Jackson concerts.
Yeah, Michael Jackson would cause multiple women to bawl, cry.
Yeah.
I mean, just ugly cry.
Elvis had the same persona.
Like, you for a minute? And they'd be like, I mean, they're just ugly cry. Elvis the same way.
Ugly cry.
I'm right.
Ugly cry. I like it.
Yeah, I know.
I love your impression. That was good.
You know, they'd be like, oh my God. And then he would look at him and go, you know, because Elvis was, or not Elvis, but Michael Jackson was, Michael Jackson was kind of, he wasn't the most.
He was more of
man in the world.
Right.
But
his music moved people. Elvis was
the same way. He would get up there,
but he was sexy.
The first one.
He could move those hips, and women it was unheard of.
Right. He was the first one to break the rules.
Right.
He broke all the rules.
Oh, yes.
There were fathers out there telling their daughters, "You're not allowed to watch that. You're not allowed to go there."
Do you guys get that same momentum or that same feeling when you guys do the Blues? Like when you did it back in the day?
So I still feel good about. I mean, I still feel. Obviously, over the years, I have changed up my dancing. That's on a personal level, but but that's true because your knees are
your knees are
horrible.
shot.
40. Damn 40.
However, on the Blues Brothers, I got to tell you, I will be in pain when we're done because I still mimic what I used to do.
I would just be happy if I don't have a stroke.
Well, I would be happy with that too. Yeah. So
one of those. This is another one of those behind the scene things, because we did travel a lot. I think there was one year where we did like 50-some shows in a year.
Oh, we did quite a few.
Hold the phone. So you two, not you, because you're the entertainer. You've been across the globe, you know, Great Britain, Australia, you know, whatever. But just you two, and you've had to put up with that.
Yep.
Can you edit this out?
Don't need to. I can blur it.
Yep, certainly have. So
hey, we've had a lot of fun on the road.
We have had fun on the road. You're right. So
but
we've had fun.
The funny part is traveling with somebody else that, you know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, in real life, getting real talk going here.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, this man has been like a brother to me my entire childhood.
I've noticed the connection. You guys go really good together.
I've told people, Quentin, he's my adopted brother.
Right.
You know, I took that stance when we started doing the Blues Brothers. When I got into character, I actually got into character, and I've always considered him a brother. We'd go to hotels.
Please finish that statement soon.
We'd have all kinds of fun. The antics that you and I used to do, and stupid crap that we used to do. But it was like we had traditions. Like, you know, at the time I was in law. I mean, we had our first break right out of high school, and then we got back together and we started doing the Blues Brothers again.
Right.
And I was in law enforcement at the time, so I always would carry a pistol. We'd go to some of these shows. I'd always carry. And the Michigan show that we were just talking about, I actually carried two.
Yes, you did.
And I took one of them, and I was going to go downstairs to get something. No, I carried one for him. Yeah. He wouldn't carry one, but I carried it in my bag. And before I went down to the front desk to get something, I can't remember what it was, I put the pistol on the desk, and I told him, unless somebody comes up and goes, shoot him. Shoot right through the door. Because if somebody comes knock on here and they don't do that knock, shoot them. I mean, the stuff that we saw walking up to the room,
it was a scary night,
was enough to make us go.
And how old? I mean, how old was you guys?
Well, it would have been It would have been, what, 13, 14 years?
I mean, we were probably in our late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I'd say late 20s.
But one of the traditions that we had going to the hotel room was we'd always walk through it, and I would always check for bed bugs on the beds. You know? It was just one of those things that I did because I didn't want to take bed bugs home. And that was when the bed bug pandemic was like really, that was the latest and greatest.
There was a bed bug pandemic. I didn't know anything about that.
Everybody on the news was like.
I mean, everybody gave me crap that I was poor and I was nasty and I really had a clean life, by the way.
But that came after. This was like
I've never had a bed bug problem. Jesus.
No, it was. It was.
But that was in the hotels.
It was in the hotels.
Well, they were very rampant in hotels, so I would always check for bed bugs before we did anything. Like I made him put.
Oh yeah, man! Even pipelining like that's. I stay at a hotel, and even to this day, I still look at the creases to look for marks, like track marks for bed bugs.
Right.
And it's even in your higher end motels because Jesus, they have people.
It could come from anybody.
Yeah, in and out, and it's,
well, like this hotel in Michigan that we went to. When we went up to the hotel, we always refer to this because this was like the worst hotel we ever been in.
It's always like Michigan, you know. I mean,
it was 2 miles. What was it? 10.
Is M&M clean? We want to know.
It might have been on 10 miles.
It was like 10-mile road. We were like 2 miles from 8-mile road. Okay.
Oh wow.
We go up to this place. The first thing I did when I walked in the bathroom, I flipped the light on. The light bulb is hanging by the wire in the bathroom.
Classic.
Like the bulb is just hanging off of wire. And I'm looking at this going,
you are in Afghanistan.
It was worse.
It was worse. No.
So I look over and there's a hair dryer on the wall. As soon as I grabbed it, sparks shot out from behind the thing. And I looked at Quentin and I go, dude, I'm sleeping in the car. Like, I'm not doing this. And, of course, I got in there. I checked for bed bugs. There's no bed bugs. We got done with the show. We were sitting on the balcony. And our tradition was always after the show, you wind down because we get ourselves so amped up. You couldn't go to bed right after that. We'd go to
real quick. Where's your parents? Real quick. Where's your parents?
We don't have parents.
My parents actually, because my mom was still my manager at that time, and dad was still going at that time as well. And they had their own room, so they would have their own room. And they were at that one. I think they were right next door or 2 doors down, one of the two.
Well, we were both old enough that I was married.
Well, yeah.
I mean, so we really didn't need parents.
They just love the shows. But like
they were coming. Yeah.
But my mom.
Where did they stay?
At the same hotel.
At the same hotel.
No.
Yeah. Even. Well, yeah.
But because it was cheaper.
I mean,
it was cheaper.
Well, the thing is,
we would always force them to get 2 rooms.
Well, yeah, the lady in charge, I had stayed at that hotel before, but within like a year or two, it completely ran down horribly. It used to be a decent one. But then when we told her the next day, and we were kind of shy to tell her at first because she is a sweet lady, great lady. But the thing is, finally we said, okay, if you really want to know. And then the next year I went there because it was a different show. They actually had a fence around it and they were tearing it down. And so
they needed to.
It was bad. It was really bad.
But we got done with that show that night. And of course we're trying to wind down. We had just spent 3 hours at a frickin' Waffle House.
Dude, Waffle House is the place to go. I don't care who you are.
Always a tradition.
If you're drunk or stoned or if you just get done with the entertainment, that's where.
Let me tell you, I'm going to put you out. I'm sorry. I got to say this because it's been bottling up for years and I'm getting out of it. The Flagg family would always go to a restaurant after a show.
Yes.
And we would close the son of a gun down.
Oh, yeah.
3-4 o'clock in the morning, we'd finally leave. Even though at 1 o'clock, I'm sitting there going,
we got the Flagg family and one Downey.
But at this show, we really didn't spend too much time at the Waffle House. We left, and we get back to the hotel. And, of course, Quentin and I were still amped up. This hotel was kind of cool because it had a sliding door, and you could step out on this balcony. There was a chair out there. And we're sitting out there, and I got a bottle of Crown Royal because I always carried one with me when we go to the shows afterwards and sit there and take a couple sips of Crown Royal, get yourself calmed down enough to fall asleep.
Mac Show is not affiliated.
No, we're not. Sorry. I'm just telling you what my poison is. But we're sitting out there, we're talking about the show, and it's like, man, it's not a bad night. I mean, stars were out. It was that cool air.
Yeah.
And we're
it felt
there,
clean, but it wasn't.
We hear this. And it's like, well, I think it's time to go to bed now. We're going to go ahead and head back inside.
What was you thinking? What was you thinking during that?
I don't think I was out on the balcony. I think I was in the bed, just kind of just watching. I think I was just flipping
It might have been
channels.
right after you went in, but I remember coming in looking at you going, yeah, I'm going to watch.
Because I don't know if because I had the TV on, as I didn't hear it because you heard it because you were outside.
It didn't come from
Quentin,
the TV.
Q, man, seriously, does that deter you from going to shows? Like, if you know the area and you've been there before, do you jack up your prices at least because of your safety? Seriously.
There's been a couple of places where I know it's a little scary, and I got to tell you, I just beeline it straight to the place. There's no messing around, no nothing. And
I'm thinking, look. This is how I'm thinking. If my life's at stake, like I could be hit by a stray 45 bullet or maybe a 9mm, I'm probably going to tell the host.
But
it's about $350 an hour. Like, I'm just saying, because I could die.
But you got to remember, when you agree to a show, the number one rule of entertainment is the show must go on.
Yeah, the show's got to go on.
So it doesn't matter if you're sick. That one show that you were showing earlier with Soulmate, the Saber Room that's been poured out. I was actually sick that night. I was running like 102 fever? Something like that. You
were sick, yeah. You were.
I was sick, but the show went on. So, and that was probably one of.
And you was singing like a champ.
I was jacked up on Dayquil, but yeah.
I had the opportunity to see you guys
back there, and I was sipping on it like
you were.
I had the opportunity to see you guys practice a little bit tonight, and one of the Couch Boy members were there.
I
will get on this show. All four of them.
Boys on the show. What's on the couch now?
Seriously, I will literally buy a couch at Salvation Army.
Is it the one from the library or what?
Yes.
You know, we took that couch. Did I say that? Yeah.
Well, we'd love to hear this story.
We just took it.
You stole the couch from the school?
Maybe.
Borrowed it without the intention.
And you know what? We walked right out the front door. They all just watched us go on out, and Bob just said, "Can you get the door?"
That's awesome. I would have walked out. Back then, that's when friends were hot. I would have been like, I know.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you can get little Bobby on the show, okay? Me, Q, and little Bobby. Some of the look at him roll his eyes. You know, some of the antics that us three pull on each other.
All I'll say is don't put my name in the heading of the video. Don't tag me.
Don't tag me.
We're just going to put little Bobby, Hillbilly, and Elvis. We'll just do that.
Oh, yeah, that won't narrow that down.
You did it unique, though. And I was telling my wife about it. I was all like, what was so cool about Quentin is that, yeah, he did the Elvis impersonation, and he sang, but it was unique because he did the young Elvis.
Hey, we got ice.
You know, and it was so cool. But back to the point, you're not raising your prices on sketchy places. I'm not that good of a businessman, but I am a businessman. I'm telling you, I would.
Well, I got to tell you, I've actually, there's, as long as I've been doing it now, I got to say, there's been a lot of people that I have kind of gotten out of my life that were not good business people, like at the show and on the show. Because it's, even though, you know, I'm all about making the show a show. I remember, and I'll give you a quick example. I did a show one time where it was my show. I think it was my birthday show. And I got an Elvis guy. And this guy was saying, "Why are you not closing the show?" I said, "Because I'm the opener. I'm getting it going, welcoming everybody here. But I said, you are the closer because you are a totally different entity of what I'm doing." And I said, and that's what people want. They want the show. And he just said, "But usually when you put your own show on," I said, "I get that, but this is what I want." And it worked out beautifully and perfect. And that's what I'm about, is doing that. But yeah, it's just, but I've gotten rid of some of the people that don't understand that logic. Or there's a guy I used to work with. even though when we would do shows, he would always have to get the one-liner over on you.
Mm-hmm.
There was times I could get him back, but then he would sit there and you could see that he was
the wheels
mad.
turning.
And and even though I got the crowd there laughing with me at him, it just took him a minute, and then he would say something back. That time had passed. It's like, let's move on to the next skit, the next song,
Right.
whatever we're doing. And
it's kind of unprofessional.
It was
like
very
we jack with each other
unprofessional,
on the stage, like Blues Brothers. You'll see us mess with each other all the time, but it's all in good fun. It's entertainment. This guy kind of took it personal.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you can't take it personal. And there's people that I have dealt with that take it personal, and that's why I'm like, I've done this for too long. I'm not doing this anymore. So that's
right.
But so that's kind of where we're at with that. But and in this show, it's going to be fun because the dancers that are going to be there, some of them are coming up and they're like, I'm very nervous. I said, don't be nervous. They go, but this is your show. I said, yeah, and I have faith in you, or you wouldn't be.
I'd be nervous because I wouldn't want to make you look bad. If I was a dancer, I don't want to make you look bad.
And I get where they're coming from. And
I don't know if you know this or not, but he's kind of a big deal.
Now you get to edit that.
I will.
Well, thank you. But the thing is I have faith in them. Even a couple of Argus Tech kids, they came and they said,
yeah,
we really think this is awesome because it's a rock and roll show. It's something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to give them. I want to give them something different. And it's nothing against the variety show, any of the musicals or anything. It's just, this is something different. They have it now in their repertoire of, hey, I got to work on this show. It was fun.
Yeah.
And this is what I did. And, and they can take that with them to, whatever if they want, and then we'll go from there. So, and then that's why I also wanted the Blues Brothers too, is because, it was like, this is my show. I could have done the whole show by myself, done nothing. It just done myself and just had fun. But it's like, I can do that anytime, knock on wood.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted to do was do this with the dancers, my first half, take the break. And then we had been, it's been a few years. I said, let's do the Blues Brothers again. Let's do the Blues Brothers again. Thanks.
Hey, I've been in jail.
That's true. Jake has been in jail.
Jake.
Yeah.
He was speeding off there.
Other than that, I've been working for this guy.
It's true. So that's why it's like, I just thought that way I'm still the whole show, but he's with me on the one part, and it's still, you're still just giving back to everything. And it's just so cool to bring that to such a small town. I know I'm kind of changing the subject.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're good.
That's why I really want people to come out and see it, because it's not just me holding the microphone with what they remember.
There you go.
And stuff. It's a whole other thing. It's a really cool concept.
It includes a lot more people than just you.
And, some of the portion of the proceeds go to just the Argus Tech Theater, and it's actually the Sandra Lee dance studio of dancers. And I got to tell you, some of that money's going to go, and it goes to their costumes. It goes to you ought to see some of these costumes.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually doing, I don't know if you've ever heard of Michael Bublé's version of Spider-Man. He did it when he first came out. It's a really cool, upbeat, jazzy, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. type feel of it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, saying that, these dancers, they're wearing Spider-Man outfits. It's like a one all Spider-Man.
Right.
I think the mask.
It's a onesie.
Yeah,
it's a onesie.
But the mask is, they're not going to wear that just because they got to breathe because they're doing all this dancing. But it's so cool. It's just so cool. And I didn't see that. I didn't envision that, but the dance teacher.
Yeah.
With all that stuff costs money.
There you go. So that's why. And I'm getting people are like, man, you are not charging enough for the show. And I'm like, I understand that, but it's I had to kind of look at what variety charges. The musical, and it's like I just can't do too much. But
I've noticed
that's where we're at.
The more money you charge, the less people come. The less you charge, more people come. Those people spread the word, kind of like Google. Like Google started with no ads. It was word of mouth.
Right.
And literally Google now runs our phones and things like that. It's like, so I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Bill, you literally You didn't do the Blues Brothers for 7 years. You're a natural entertainer. You're a Mac Attack Show.
You say.
You're a Mac Attack Show Hall of Famer. I'm sorry, but you really, for you to jump in,
I'll accept.
for you to jump into the Blues Brothers with Quentin and you excelled. You did really good. I'm not going to say that you didn't have to practice or didn't have to work hard at it, but you did really good. Being Hillbilly Hefner on the Mac Attack Show, once I gave you the reins to Guy Talk, it was phenomenal.
It was a lot of fun.
Like you totally blew it out of the water. Like it was, I knew I did a good job by selecting you. My question for you is why did you do so good on the podcast? And at the same time, my it's like a combined question. Why was it so easy for you to connect with Quentin with the Blues Brothers? Why did it come so natural to you? What motivated you to do good?
Well, I think connecting with Quentin on the Blues Brothers, like I said, we've been doing this for. I mean, yeah, we took a 7-year break, but the first time we did Blues Brothers back in high school, when I graduated, life kind of got in the way. I went my way. He went his. He continued on with entertainment.
I did a lot of drugs myself.
And it wasn't until I don't remember what year it was, but you did a birthday show. And he called me out of the blue and just said, hey, I want to surprise the fans. It's my birthday show. And I want to surprise them with the Blues Brothers.
Kind of like when I brought Sex Talk Sunday back.
Right. And I remember clear as day. He told me it would just be for this show. It'd just be one show. But I want to bring it back and, just see what happens. We're not going to tell nobody. The only people that know are you, me, and my mom. That's it. And remember you telling me that. So we kept it that way. And
man.
When he hammed it up the whole time, all the advertising during the first half of the show, he didn't let it slip at all. I actually came through and paid for a ticket. Like I was somebody that was in the audience.
Yeah, right?
But when he did that, then the people had seen us.
Like, why are you here? Because I hadn't been to a Quentin show in years.
So they started kind of wondering because he had already I think you already brought your stuff in through the back.
I'd already come in prior.
Well, what happened when you guys started? When you hit it,
you couldn't hear the music.
You got that pop. Me and Quentin are wrestling fans. We're huge wrestling fans. Look. You see how he's coordinating this?
Yeah.
Literally Vince McMahon. Like literally, like
without the billions.
Vince, we love you, buddy. We love you. But I mean, seriously, like literally, I don't know if that's any kind of influence that you've had, but
it was like the triumphant return of the Blues Brothers from high school. Everybody remembered us in high school. They remembered how awesome they were. I mean, my dad, I remember he went to every show because he just freaking loved it.
Yes,
not to interrupt you, but it's that first song. And it's that do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The second that hit,
we couldn't hear.
The crowd, they did. It went nuts. And it was so cool to feel that in chills. And then Elwood is the one, which is me, but I'm the one that always is supposed to start it off. But he learned it, and I like it when he does it, and because I try to make him laugh when he's doing it, because he
screws with me every freaking time.
Every once in a while he'll get tongue tied, and then I'll just make fun. But anyway, he hits the mark. We go out there, and it was nuts. We had a great time. And then it just led. Then we got some more calls here, and then another call here, and then that.
What do you mean by calls? Like
people saw me there, and they would say, "Hey, we hear," or it was.
We'd like you to perform over here.
Yeah, beginning of Facebook, people were taking pictures. Hey,
oh wow!
Are you doing Blues Brothers again?
The whole point of this, when he told me about it, was it's just a show, just a Blu-ray show. I just want to bring it back for one show.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, cool, no problem, let's do it. And I remember you called me.
You just effed up.
2 days after the show, he calls me and goes, "Hey, wanted to talk to you about something."
Razor Ramon.
What would you think of doing this more? And I'm like, dude, I'm down. He goes, oh, thank God, because we've had like 7 or 8 calls and people are wanting to book shows for the Blues Brothers. And so, we went. I mean, when we went right back into it, I mean, we went head first, like nose dived off the high dive. I mean, it just show after show after show after show. I mean, it went nuts. And so when Jake went to prison for 7 years.
Yeah, you've been in there a long time. Did you drop the soap? I'm just
no, I didn't drop it. Hell,
liar!
I don't get down like that. I traded honey buns for immunity. All right. Leave me alone. I will pay you honey buns. How about that?
And Lunchables.
But the fact that after 7 years, we reconnected, and he said, "I'm doing a 25th anniversary show. I want to bring back the Blues Brothers."
Yeah.
Get the sentence out all the way before I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
Actually, yeah, he did.
I did. He was like, "I was wondering if we could bring back the Blues," and I'm like, "I'll do it."
I really just wanted him to bring in my bags, but he said, "Yeah, I'll do the Blues Brothers." So.
You didn't say anything about your bags, Mister.
I was like, well, I kind of felt, all right, I guess we'll do it then.
But yeah, he called me and he's like, "Hey,
hard finding good help these days."
Make sure you raise your pinky." But yeah, when he said that, I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it." And then you've already got people calling since we posted on Facebook. You've already got people calling.
We got people calling, and that's the other thing too. Is I know that there's people that are Blues Brothers fans. And,
oh yeah.
And to kind of go back a little bit, when we started doing the Blues Brothers again, but people would be like, we want a 2.5 hour show, and it's at that time we didn't really have that. So just to be straight up honest, we did
a lot of talking.
Well, what we would do is I would say, well, we only do about an hour, but then I do this rock and roll show, 50s, 60s, and more show.
Yep.
So what we started calling it was the Rock and Blues Show.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that. Yeah.
But the thing is I don't mind doing it. It's what I do. But there'd be times I'd come back after my set and just sweating to death, and now I get to put on this jacket and tie.
And he would literally have 5 minutes to change into his Blues Brothers get up and then go right back out on stage. And you've seen the way Elwood dances.
Uh-huh.
You don't have any time to take a break.
What I asked the Blues Brothers earlier. They really liked it. But Quentin, you've never been here. Bill, you have. You've been here since the dawn. I live
I have my own room right over there in that corner. You can't see it because it's off camera.
Murphy bed?
Well, you see
the Murphy bed.
You see the sleeping bag on the concrete floor? That's what I'm allotted.
What do you think, Quentin? I mean,
it's a cool place. I like it here. I like the little bar area here, obviously. And then I'm a pool fan, so the pool tables were right behind this camera. I know you guys can't see that, maybe in the reflections, but it's cool. You got a lot of, you do have a picture of your mom up there, which is cool. I thought that's cool. But you got Rocky and Creed up there. You got your some of your Budweiser and stuff. I mean, that is like a man cave and things like that. So I've always enjoyed that. I've liked that sort of thing. But it's cool. It's cozy. It's fun. And obviously, I like is that a billiards?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Belt. The belt?
Yeah, we got to get it down for the viewers here. So, here on the Macatech Show,
another 30 minutes for the podcast.
you guys are watching. You guys are watching the Macatech Show, and we started on Spreaker.com over 7 years ago. But down here in Dino's Sports Bar, every year I've put on a pool tournament, and this is a New Year's Eve pool champion. So we put on a pool tournament, and
it used to be my belt,
and then
somebody stole it from me.
I didn't steal it from. And so if you win the tournament, you get the belt. But yeah, I got this from undisputedtitles.com. Guys, check it out. They're sponsored, hugely sponsored by ESPN. But feel this. I mean, it kind of gives you an idea.
That's got some weight.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's
pool champ.
Yep.
So as you come down the stairs, champ is here. You got to do that.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting fireworks and like some smoke and stuff.
I have a hat
Pyro will
that
go
says
real good
King
down
on it.
Mm.
I still have a hat that says King on it.
Yeah.
Because I won the pool. That's my gun.
It is cool.
You stole it from me.
So you do like it. I mean, it's.
I saw that when it came down. We were yapping about other things. So
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do?
What should we do?
We should get in contact with Jake and Elwood.
I like the
Because
idea.
you and I have contact with them.
Kind of.
And what we need to do is see if they'd be willing to come down here and team up against the infamous pool champion here from last year, I do believe. Right? Pool champ from last year?
Yep.
Yeah, stole my time. Anyway, I think it'd be cool if we had Jake and Elwood come down here and team up against the infamous Dino Mac. Teams.
I like it.
And then maybe Jake could win the belt back.
Mm.
He could share it with me.
Maybe Elwood would.
Maybe Elwood would win it.
Yeah.
But we still share it with Jake. And then maybe a photo opportunity.
Q,
We done that.
this is the first time you've been down in the bar at Dino's Sports Bar. You got $1?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Now, for all the viewers there here at Dino's Sports Bar, we've got several. There's been a large amount of people that's been here. Some people haven't even put their dollars up that's been here just because, well, they haven't had $1. But I got a Sharpie. I'm going to need you to sign Q, Quentin, Flagg, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Whatever.
I like the facing a dollar bill government property on camera. That's a good thing.
You know what? Screw 'em. I mean, we shot down a weather balloon. Might as well deface a dollar bill.
Right. And Hillbilly, Mr. Bill Downey,
Sir?
if you have $1, you could sign
Which I don't.
the Blues Brothers.
I tell you what, though, we do need to get 2 other dollar bills and have Jake and Elwood come back.
There you go.
Sign some dollar bills.
I like that idea. So there's your marker.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my defacing of a dollar bill.
That is
Thank
a
you.
lifetime membership to Dino Max Sport.
And
Hey,
just
I like it.
and just for that, I got you a Dino Sports Bar. Oh, just show the viewers. There you go, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You can use that on your Pepsi. You can use it on your Coca-Cola. You can use it.
Don't endorse Pepsi.
Yeah. Nobody. I'm not. Maybe later I'll monetize it. But anyways,
All those colas.
yeah, it's just a hobby.
It's for your favorite cold beverage.
Which is a cola.
But I had the Blues Brothers on earlier. I just want to know, is there any more shows lined up besides the 18th and the 25th?
Well, as far as I know, there's one more Blues Brothers show that's going on. And again, that is with my show to a point. But here's where it's different and cool. It's actually for and here's the sad thing, get the Kleenexes out. It's for my 40th birthday.
Oh my God.
Shows in April. Yes.
Oh.
Very sad. I'm
Horrible
going to be doing
experience.
that. So
Some
anyway,
of us have already been through.
yeah, that's a good point. So anyway, saying that, we are going to be on Saturday afternoon, which is April 15th, at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
Tax day.
Tax day.
Holy crap.
Ha! Yeah, deadline tax day.
Yeah, that's true.
So all those youngins out there who have no idea what April 15th means.
So anyhow, saying that, also
Time's up, bitches.
You're supposed to say that.
I can say that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, you would say bitches. Sorry.
No, that's great.
I like it.
So anyway, saying that, we'll also be with that afternoon show. It's going to be the Indiana Blues Brothers along with the Spaniels. Now, the Spaniels are the original do-do-do-do-do.
No
Good
kidding.
night, sweetheart.
Ooh,
that's cool.
So the original do-do-do-do guy, his name's Billy. He is actually going to be on that show. So you're going to be singing on the same stage, literally, as a gentleman in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No kidding.
Then there's another two gentlemen where their dads or their uncles or whatever were part, like maybe they came in the 70s or 80s, and now they're filling in the next generation.
Nice.
So, pretty cool stuff. So that'll be on
what
that.
we do with the Blues Brothers.
True.
Keeping the tradition alive.
Yep.
Keeping it going.
I like it. I like it, guys.
Be nice.
Nice.
Be fun.
But anyways, yes, awesome. Thank you for showing up.
Bro.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Guys, Hall of Famer 2020, Mr. Hillbilly Hefner, Mr. Bill Downey himself, and
AKA Jake Blues, and
2022 Hall of Famer of the Mac and Tech Show, Quentin Flagg.
AKA Elwood.
Elwood.
Yeah, yeah.
As you can see.
Elwood.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I like it. I like it. Touch yourself about it. Touch yourself.
Oh, sorry. I want you right now.
But guys,
The run
make sure that you tune in on the next episode, but because it's going to be a good one, and you're actually going to get to see some of the people that we've already had on the Mac Attack Show, making what was old new again right here. We'll see you later.
It'll be better than this one.
Peace. If you can't be good, well, hell, at least be good at it.
And if you have an issue, I'll bring you a tissue.
Wow, that's an oldie. That's an oldie, yeah.
I'll break the ice.